The heat of the desert is where the Sun Devils thrive. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils and the rich legacy formed by the likes of Frank Bush, Jake the Snake, and Pat Tillman. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Bowling Green Falcons, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Arizona State Sun Devils. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Falcons will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Sun Devils offense takes the field. And there he is, a man who's not only been around the block, but threw a few linebackers in his day, ready to start another season.
And it's so nice to have guys that have been through trials, have been through the fires, have been through the challenges that you know you can trust. And that's what you got with this senior.
And because of that, David, he's a leader in the locker room. A lot of the young guys on this team look up to him, not just because of how he comports himself off the field, but on the field as well. Make no mistake, he's got to make plays this season for this team to have success.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Give to the fullback. And the Sun Devils get the first down.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a first down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes, just hit you in the mouth.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Well, the fullback helping out his offense here, running the football. Nice job finding the hole and getting upfield. Takes a lot to bring this guy down.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. Here's the handoff. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, third and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. Fourth and inches, just line up, something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
And this is the part of the field where it starts to get even more clear, right? I'm not backed up in my own territory. I'm getting towards midfield. Fourth and inches? I can't get inches? I like my offense, I like their aggressiveness, and I like the way they went and got the first down.
Shoots it to the left. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
Lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
The give to the tailback. The Sun Devils decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So Bowling Green's offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unleashes one. Got it in the middle. It's McNeil. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, BG. What a catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, and gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Brown has it. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Working that left side. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
This offense has a 2nd down play. The give. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He makes the connection. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. That's the end of the quarter, and Bowling Green has the lead. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. And the Sun Devils are flying down the field. Off play action on 1st down. Using his feet to buy time. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. 8th play of the drive coming up. Off the play fake. Now adjusting. Throws into the middle of the field. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to Brown. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State! Ready to try the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. LSU managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. Don't blame the gumbo there in Baton Rouge this week. These Tigers are to blame for this one being this close. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Anderson will throw. They're working that left side.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball is coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire right when the ball snaps you.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
The Falcons will line up to punt it away. On the return, it's Brown. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop, and now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He's going up top. Deep down the right side. What great concentration to stay in bounds and make the catch.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They go right back to it. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Off play action. On the move to his left. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. Splits the uprights. Good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. And they got him for the sack. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Anderson wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Pulled down for the tackle. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Harris. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to move it through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Falcons will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Brown. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't.
Lost one deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Sun Devils send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And it'll come to rest just inside the 50-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Anderson will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Passes incomplete. The clock is down to 9. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on the guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Anderson wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball at a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Looking to throw on second down. A little screen to the running back. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. Now the play fake. Catch in the middle. It's McNeil. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Falcons are moving quickly down the field. They go to the ground. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll give him 4 on that one. It's third and 6.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going with the offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
They're bringing heat. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Penn State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Beaver Stadium. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been that Happy Valley crowd who leaves happy with the win. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Going for the big play. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll return it from the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. And the Falcons will punt this one away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll bring it back. It's Brown. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing that get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices.
Quarterback all over the place trying to make a play, but eventually he goes down. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out.
He's going for the big play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Sun Devils will call on their punt team. And the returner will be knocked down. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Bob.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Anderson will throw. Finds his tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to get it in with the run. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Touchdown Falcons! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up, they find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Coming up, 4th down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the 1st. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the 1st. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it quickly out to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll run play action. They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult.
He'll take the deep shot. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David.
And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush, but With his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
Caught on the outside, it's McNeil. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. And the defense in desperation mode, trying to hang on to give their team a chance. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. At this point, the clock is like the 12th man on offense. I assume they'll keep it on the ground here.
I would think so, too, but I also want to get the score and end this game. Like, that touchdown puts me up by 2 possessions, ball game over.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. They'll try the right side. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He got it. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
That makes the score Golden Birds 20, Arizona State 10.
That last field goal was huge. Now it takes a touchdown to beat you and not a lot of time to get it if you cover the kickoff well. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. As disappointing as this is, everything's still in front of this team. I mean, think back to 1983 Miami. Got blown out in the opener, but won the national championship.
You're absolutely right, Reese. Lots to play for here. And there's no doubt when you watch this team, they've got the talent to get it done. They got to execute better.